Oi, oi! So this is day four's selections. I will just quickly touch on how things have gone in the first couple of days. I'm recording this Wednesday evening, Wednesday the 13th. And I'll put an updated list for Thursday's stakes, right? I did the video for that earlier. You'd have seen at the end I've put what was in there. As I've touched on, there are some multiples that would play through some of them. So, yeah, real close with Ballyadam, wouldn't we? I mean, Unexpected Party's got in. That was a nice touch. I had those two in a reasonable double as well. But, you know, those block bets are there for the reason, right? They spread some money across a few horses. And, yeah, we are, right? So I guess like the best probable way to do like a tiny bit of an update to start with, I will share the tomorrow Thursday bets up there 1 second from now, right? I'm just going to quickly tell you how we're going because I think there's a couple of people who've been asking, or at least some eyes on it, right? So there was some multiple stuff that spun into today's ones. Bit of place money, the Ballyadam and Unexpected Party wouldn't have shown on the list this morning, but we had the place part of that come up. I mean, the win part of that was filthy, but never mind. So in total so far, right, we've had back for the 2 days. We've had, again, this the stuff that's on there. There's been a few other bits that I've done, but I'll share a full actual account profit and loss next week. We've got 4,250-ish back so far. Up to this point, if we look at the Tuesday, Wednesday stakes that have gone and potentially like dead, about 3,200 was staked on there. So I'm going okay, but the total stake across the 4 days, right, was about 5,500 before. That does include the losers in there too. We've had a bit more on as well, so it's about 6,100-ish we're on now. So looking at Thursday and Friday, including multiples, we've still got about 2,000, well, just under £3,000 worth of live stakes rolling through. I feel like I'm fairly set for the rest of the week, to be honest with you. We'll see that when we talk about the Friday bets, which is the point of this video. Like I said, I'll whip up the Thursday screenshot just a second. And then we've got a couple more, like still multiple chances to go through from Thursdays into Friday or even Thursday into Thursday. So we'll just have to see. Off the return that I've had back and, of course, the total outlay, we are a couple of grand away from making profit on the week. So we're in a good position so far. We know how fast things can change at Cheltenham and how much luck is required. So I've got a few all right positions for Thursday, Friday, I think, which can need a little bit of luck. And that's just the way that things go, right? So let's quickly pull up the Thursday stuff. So I'll peel them there. I don't really need, I mean, I could probably just quickly whittle through some of them. I don't really think I need to, but yeah, for the Thursday stuff, you've seen them in the video we've done in there. So more money has now gone on to Krabilly, quite significant amounts through to Krabilly, to be fair. Bright Days Ahead's going for a few quid. We got some extra money covered on some other ones. So they're listed all up there so you can see the day 3 stuff. But the point of this is the day 4 bets, right? Just go back and pause the video if you want to go look at them, right? Let's talk about Friday. There are a couple of bets from Thursday that could still spin some more money in there, but this will be the last video that I'll be doing in terms of telling you what I've done. There won't be an update tomorrow to say this is the actual final results for Friday. I will summarise that all next week. As it stands for Friday, though, we've got, in terms of singles, 1,200-ish quid left or rolling into it. Again, there will be a small amount of multiples that are just solely Friday, but it is a very small amount, probably like 30 or 40 quid. But there are some stuff that could run through from Thursday to Friday, right? We know all this. Anyway, the Friday stuff, we've got 715.90 on Sergino. Now, I did trade on the exchanges, made a £60 loss on an anti-post bet that I had on him just because I didn't know what the uncertainty was. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video, but that was done when that wobble happened before. So that's in here, so the negative's in there. And then I had a little bit more running onto him now. It's an uncomfortable position, really, I guess, for the fact that it's non-runner money back. So if he doesn't run, the bets will pay as they do. So there might be a bit of returns that come out of it. When I've put him on those bets, I have put him in an odds-on poke. So 8 to 11 most of them, so 1.72. He's about 9 to 4 now. So the cash outs on those bets are really low. So I don't feel the value in taking him out. Now, I guess we'll have to see what Henderson decides to do because he is running horses and some are running okay, to be fair. It does seem to be James Bowen's getting the one to go a little bit better in a minute, but by the by, right? By Friday, if Henderson decides to leave Sergino to run and trust that he's going to do himself justice, well, then look, as much as I don't feel too comfortable with the bet and I've got it at the wrong price, I'll just let him go. I might possibly think about doing something to get the bet out in running to see if he trades short, but I don't know if he would. So yeah, the stake is there, right? So I've got 715.90 to potentially come back from Sergino. Obviously, if he doesn't run, they are in the non-run and no bet markets. So yeah, I guess probably saying that out loud, I'd probably prefer he didn't run and just take the money and run. But obviously if he runs, I trust that Henderson's got that. That's we can't do much about that race, right? I didn't have any covering behind when that wobble happened, which I probably could have done. So I felt like I was in an okay position for the triumph being on Sergino. I thought he was one of the standout bankers of the week, but obviously don't feel so good about it now. Is what it is, right? There's 28 races across the week. I don't need to get smashed into all of them. County Hurdle, we have got some money riding onto a few in here. Now, by Ali stock, the ground has massively gone against this horse. I think he's more of like a summery, good groundy horse, but I don't know. Again, Willie will let him take his chance. If he doesn't, these bets are non-runner money back, but I'm sure Willie will just let him run. Cheltenham experience and all that. But Ali stock's going for £2,400 now. Was in some doubles. It's actually in a treble with Ballyadam and Unexpected Party. So a good chunk of that is just, if it finishes in the top 5, I'll get a reasonable return. Obviously, the majority of it would be from a win perspective. I mean, if Ballyadam had have just got his head down, that would have been going for stupid money. But we are where we are. He's going to be a biggish price. It's not one that I'd want to be like trading out of the position. We'll let it go, right? It's got an opportunity. We've got some more money that's gone on to Absurd. That's come from Chianti Classico, so he's going for 756. We've got Load of Sid, £600. Skeltons are flying in those handicaps at the moment, aren't they? King of Kingsfield goes for 532. Westport Cove goes for 433. So we've got a few darts in the county, right? Again, I do feel like we need some luck in that race. I know people are looking at it and say, wow, you've got 5 runners in there, but big old fields and then sort of anything can happen. But we're there with a chance, I think. In the Bartlett, I don't have many bets in here. Chapeau was one that I put a long time out, so he is a loser in here. I think I ended up losing about £80 on the exchange market with him. Irish Panther, Paul talked about him in the preview, but it's irrelevant because he's not running, but I had some money on him, but that was non-runner money back. So we're left in a position here where I put a high-class hero in the column a long time ago, got a bit on him. And then I'm not really sure what else does in this. So Reading Tommy Wrong goes for 360, Dancing City's 327.50, High Class Heroes 250, and Johnny Who goes for 208. I don't know if I'll be adding anything to that or changing anything with that. Again, it's a race that looks highly competitive. Got a few running for a few darts. I've got a few towards the head of the market as well. So we'll leave them as they are. Again, probably just need a little bit of luck, right? Gold Cup, I have backed Galopin Des Champs. He was 7 to 4-ish, or maybe even close to 15 to bet on the exchange at one point. I've got 455 quid that will come back from him. It's a favourite in a Gold Cup, right? Wide open race, but fingers crossed. The Mullin Juggernaut will continue. It's on the line of the Fox Hunters. He's going for £568.33. We know he's a bit of a, what do we say, like an audacious type horse. Sort of going to be delivered at the right time. It's on the line's probably quite an apt name for him, isn't it? So yeah, he goes for a few quid. He could be going for a few quid more depending on results that happen on the Thursday. Mare's Chase, Allegory Devassi's going for £603. Again, she could be going for a lot more than that depending on the results. She's weak enough in the market, to be fair, and I think the bad, slow, heavy ground is not in her favour, but it's also not in the favour of Dino Blue, right? So Limerick Lace is running for 450. I talked about this one. If the ground got really bad, I'd give her a bit more of a chance. I've got some money into her, right? You saw that I upped my stakes. So yeah, we've had a bet on her. So we've got 450 from Limerick Lace, 603 for Allegory Devassi. Allegory Devassi could end up having a lot more going on to her, which I would be tempted to leave and just see how it goes. Then in the Martin Pike, we've got Key to Bourbon. He goes for 1160. I have actually backed this one each way at 18s. I think a lot of people did around that time when a message came out from a couple of people. So yeah, I've got a chunk on him to win, but it is 5 places each way as well, so I'll get an okay-ish return if he places. Obviously not the same amount. No Ordinary Joe goes for 750. I've got an option with this one as well, right? I backed him at 14s. The cash out is bigger than the stake. I could cash out and I could put it on and get more returns from an exchangey market. I could cash out, and if I do that, then obviously if he's a non-runner, I actually increase the amount that gets refunded from him not running. But we'll see how things go tomorrow. I'd be very tempted just to keep the bet. I don't want to sound like rude or flippant, but for the sake that it's the 50 quid, I could mess about and get an extra 20 or 30 quid if he's a non-runner. But ultimately, if he wins, right? Better days ahead, we've got 490 back from him. Waterford Whispers, we've got 425. He's been a real massive short on that. And then Castle Demotte, we've got 325. God, wanted to give him like a little bit of another chance. So that's where we're sat with Friday's bets. I will stick them up at the end of this video as a snip. Again, like, really appreciate all your guys' supports and the kind words. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do like the video. Make sure you drop a comment below with whatever you fancy or whatever you want to say. I'll catch up with you guys next week, but I hope you have a really smashing last couple of days. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side.